What's up, everybody? It's Stan Grubb for Corner to Corner Wrestling Radio and the Beyond Ringside Radio Network. Hey, join us every Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time as the triple threat of wrestling radio goes live every week, giving you their thoughts and opinions on the world of professional wrestling. Myself, Brian, and Rob, all live, all here for you. And as my good friend Rob would say, from corner to corner and pillar to post, we bring it to you every week at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. BeyondRingside.com and ProWrestlingRadio.net. What's up, everybody? It's Stan Grubb for Corner to Corner Wrestling Radio and the Beyond Ringside Radio Network. Hey, join us every Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time as the triple threat of wrestling radio goes live every week, giving you their thoughts and opinions on the world of professional wrestling. Myself, Brian, and Rob, all live, all here for you. And as my good friend Rob would say, from corner to corner and pillar to post, we bring it to you every week at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. BeyondRingside.com. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Corner Wrestling Radio right here on the Beyond Ringside Radio Network. We are live. It is Super Duper Sunday, the Superb Owl, as some people are saying on Twitter, or the Super Bowl. The big game is on. Philadelphia currently in the lead. That would be 29-19. And gentlemen, it has been an interesting past couple of weeks. The triple threat is in the house live via satellite, so to speak, due to some weather that is all around the area. We're joined by, of course, Rob Hefner.
Hello.
Brian Taylor.
I'm shaking.
What's shaking? I like that. I like that intro. And, of course, we have on the ones and twos, the Magic City Motormouth himself, Fast Eddie Lane.
Philly!
Philly, willy-nilly, and milly-vanilly stuff. All right. So, hey, got lots to talk about. Of course, my name is Stan Grubb, as always, and we are here. You'll be able to catch us up on Spreaker.com through On Demand and also in the replay rotation and download through iTunes. So, gosh, there's a lot to talk about. First and foremost, last weekend was the Royal Rumble. WWE held a event with the first ever Women's Royal Rumble. And the Men's Royal Rumble, of course, took place. 30 women, 30 men in their own individual events. First off, Shinsuke Nakamura winning the Men's Royal Rumble. Gentlemen, when we looked and watched the event, were you surprised to see Shinsuke Nakamura come away with the victory? Were you expecting someone else, namely one Roman Reigns?
I was hoping not for Roman Reigns, but I was glad to see Shinsuke win.
Yeah, I agree. So I think AJ and Shinsuke will be better at WrestleMania.
Yeah, I think we're... I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead. You did. Forget it. The moment's passed.
Sorry, Brian. I would say
you
that
how you like
the
to
match
know when I interrupt you?
Damn.
What? I'm just kidding. I'll stop. No more.
I think we're looking at a dream match for WrestleMania, indeed. Rematch of sorts, because the last time these gentlemen faced each other was at Wrestle Kingdom, where Shinsuke Nakamura was victorious, winning the IWGP Heavyweight Championship from AJ Styles. I believe that was to be AJ's one of his last appearances for New Japan at that time. So this matchup should be very exciting. The things that stood out to me from the Rumble itself, for the men, it was kind of a lack of surprise entries. I mean, we had the Hurricane, which got a good reaction from all of us. Dolph Ziggler, which wasn't really a surprise. Maybe, possibly. I mean, were there any other... Because I can't really recall, were there really any other surprises except for the... well, I guess you could say Cien Almas and...
Adam Cole.
Adam Cole!
Baby!
The matchup itself wasn't a bad Rumble. Probably one of the better Rumbles we've seen in recent years, but kind of lacking as far as surprise power.
Well, I think they hit it or held it for the women. I think they tried to dump too many eggs in one basket.
Yeah, it felt like with the men's, it was more of just a straight up kind of an old school feel to it. Had a couple feel good moments. Rob, what was your take on that?
Well, I mean, I agree. I thought that they didn't bring anybody that she's like gonna, knock your socks off. But then when you had the NXT title champion come out, then he's not gonna do much because he has the NXT championship. So I guess the surprise of the night was Adam Cole.
A lot of folks on Twitter and Facebook would have said that with the men's Rumble, there's some missed opportunity as far as being able to capitalize on some surprises, perhaps a Tommy Dreamer or Bully Ray. But again, I think we would all be in agreement with Brian that they really were holding back on the men so that they could have as many surprises as possible for the Women's Royal Rumble, which definitely didn't disappoint as far as surprises, at least in regards to the amount. We talked about this a few different ways when the Women's Rumble was going on. The winner of the Women's Royal Rumble, the first ever history-making Women's Royal Rumble, was Asuka. She has not announced who she will be facing yet, and as a matter of fact, the following night on Monday Night Raw, she was kind of told by Stephanie McMahon not to do it because at the Elimination Chamber, there may be a new women's champion. Question is, does Asuka not compete in the Elimination Chamber at this point? Does she just wait to see who wins?
Oh, she'll be in it.
On the show?
I mean, she'll be there, but my curiosity is kind of piqued because if she's kind of told by Stephanie, don't decide who you're going to face yet because depending on who competes in the chamber, could be a different champion. So that kind of led me to believe that she wasn't going to be competing.
Yeah, but to me, why would she if she has the WrestleMania shot? Why would you put her versus Alexa? Because it's a Raw pay-per-view, right?
Yep.
So why put her versus Alexa for the title if she's got the shot possibly at WrestleMania?
Right.
So I mean, she could maybe face somebody else, but to me, that's why have her win the Rumble if you're only going to turn around and put her right in the title picture?
Mm-hmm.
Because then if you let her win and she goes to WrestleMania as a champ, who would she face? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I definitely do.
So
No,
go ahead.
Well, I think that with what we saw on Sunday and then with what they did on Monday, it seemed like they were telling two different stories. And I will say this, Monday Night Raw really did have like a reboot feel to it because they really kind of came out of the gates as hard as they could, focusing on, of course, the attention that Ronda Rousey's debut appearance was. And let's just call it what it was. I mean, mainstream media jumped all over it. ESPN, I'm trying to think of all the different outlets because there were so many. Fox Sports, NBC News, MSNBC, and on down the line. I mean, just a bunch of different media outlets, mainstream media outlets that jumped on Ronda Rousey's debut, even though realistically speaking, she didn't compete in the Rumble, and she really didn't do a whole lot except to go out there and point to the WrestleMania sign and it basically indicating that she was going to WrestleMania. We had this conversation a couple weeks ago where the whole pointing to the sign thing kind of seems like it gets lost on people, and I would say from what I read on social media, it's a good possibility that that's what happened here too.
I mean, I think she rocked. She did to Asuka what The Rock did to Roman Reigns. Like Roman Reigns won the Rumble, the fans didn't like it, so then they sent The Rock out. You know, they Asuka wins the Rumble. They're like, all right, stand. Which you could have ended it with was Asuka standing in the ring between both champs, right? And then that's it. Asuka would have had her moment. You would have had the Women's Rumble end up at the pinnacle, but then you brought out and you had Ronda Rousey come out and an awkward stare down, which to me, that was probably one of the pops of the night was Ronda Rousey coming out. I don't know another way you could have brought her out during the event to pop, but it's like you kind of took away from Asuka winning by bringing Ronda out to cut a promo that didn't go very well. But
it was a hell of a reaction she got when she came out. There's no mistaking that. I mean, the reaction that Ronda got when she came out to the ring, the music hit, people saw the logo, which I was reading up on that. Apparently, Roddy Piper and Ronda Rousey had a pretty good relationship before he passed, and he had basically given her the nod to utilize the Rowdy, I guess, character, and to further that, his son gave her Roddy Piper's old leather jacket, which is what she came to the ring in. So that's kind of neat. I thought that was pretty cool. I mean, the moment that Asuka had, I think they were trying to capitalize on two things at the same time, get as much bang for their buck that they could. I'll say this. I pointed it out on social media that I thought perhaps it could have been done differently and been so much bigger, and I don't mind telling you, I got lambasted on Twitter for voicing an opinion that apparently was not a popular one. People like to claim that it was maybe dismissive or putting something down, when the reality was the event itself was history-making and groundbreaking unto itself. And it did what they said it was going to do. But I feel like there was maybe some opportunity there. And what we don't know right now is what they have planned in the future and how Ronda Rousey will relate to the fold for WWE, because now she is, as she states, a full-time competitor, but she hasn't debuted yet. So we really don't know what we have with her till she gets in the ring.
Well, to me, the ultimate problem is forget about start to finish of the female Rumble. Because I told you last week I wasn't going to discuss it. I'm not discussing
it.
Yeah,
right.
But to finally to have a winner, right? Only to try and have somebody upstage her by coming out and simply pointing at a sign, to me, is utterly ridiculous. She could have debuted Monday night and given Asuka her due, and she could have pulled the same shenanigans Monday night, and it would have gone over just as big. But to me, you basically you put a mark on what you tried to accomplish that night by even having that. I mean, she was an MMA competitor. She was very good. Now she's in a completely different environment. And for all intents and purposes, the WWE is, the pinnacle. And so she's going from that to the top of the world, and we don't even know if she can do anything yet. So why would you even, bring her out there for that when you don't even know if she's going to be able to hang with any of these people? You may put her in the ring with Lana, and Lana makes her look foolish. But because you did this,
suck.
But it's possible. It's absolutely possible. It's not easy to go through this. Just because she was good at MMA, that doesn't mean she's going to be good at this. So, to me, you should have given Asuka her due, and then done it Monday night, and let the female Rumble stand for what it is, instead of trying to say, oh, well, we got one more surprise for you.
Right.
See, I would have even done it at the Elimination Chamber. Had the Elimination Chamber going on, and then at the top, once they're all locked in there at the top, you just hit her music, and she can come down to the ring and just stand there. Or at the end, you know what I mean? But not when you're trying to do this whole first-time Women's Rumble thing. But anyway, moving on.
Yeah, I mean, the moral of the story here is missed opportunity, I think. We'll see how it goes. We will see absolutely how it goes going forward, and how Miss Rousey performs when she gets in the ring. Reports from her interview that broke that very same night state she's been training for several months. But to Brian's point, MMA is completely different from professional wrestling, and whether or not that quote-unquote several months of training translates into a good performance, that's what remains to be seen. And that's just that. We'll have to see what happens next. So moving into just kind of the rest of the card, Tag Team Championship on the Raw side, Sheamus and Cesaro, the Bar, won back the Tag Team Championships after Jason Jordan was pretty well unable to compete. So he took a shot to the head where he basically went right into the ring post, and kind of sold the whole concussion kind of thing. And Seth Rollins had a heroic kind of showing, but came up just short, unfortunately, for him. And the Tag Team Championship did change hands. I did read a report just today that apparently Jason Jordan is having trouble with his hands and his balance as far as his neck and back. So there is some concern as far as the injury bug, because it is continuing to fly around, that maybe Jason Jordan will not be able to compete at Elimination Chamber or WrestleMania.
Yeah, it's kind of a shame, because I was actually starting to enjoy where the storyline was going. Because you knew ultimately, Jordan was probably going to turn straight heel. So, but again, that's just me. I was really starting to enjoy it, and for him to be injured kind of sucks.
Yeah, it couldn't have happened at a worse time. I mean, WrestleMania season is the time to shine.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, when you look...
No, I was just reading a message. Sorry.
Oh, okay. That's all right. It throws me off when he does that sometimes, too. When you look at the rest of the card, AJ Styles retaining the WWE Championship over an already injured Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. I thought the matchup itself was actually pretty good. But you could tell, unfortunately, that Kevin Owens was still nursing some kind of an injury. But I was actually kind of surprised that they didn't go ahead and go forward with the co-champion idea. I thought that was something that could have actually come off pretty well.
No, I would like to see Sammy just get a run at it by himself. I think he's been performing well above average lately, especially at that SmackDown. That was a really nice promo. And I take it Rob must be caught up in the Super Bowl or something.
No, I'm just letting y'all talk.
Rob, what did you think of the title match, WWE title match, AJ Styles against Owens and Zayn?
I thought it was a chance that they could have. I mean, you gave more momentum for AJ Styles in this match, because you have him against two people, and it's like insurmountable odds. Can he beat him? Is he going to beat him? How's he going to beat him? And then for him to actually do it, it gives more credit to AJ Styles, like he needs any. But then it kind of brings up the injury storyline later the night when Sami Zayn's like, I got this. And he goes down to the Rumble. So that could be why they didn't do the switch then, because they just didn't know the extent of Kevin Owens' injury.
Well, and that seems to be the $1 million question: is how serious are these injuries that these guys are suffering from going into Elimination Chamber and then WrestleMania? Seth Rollins was rumored to have a back injury, but on Twitter this morning, he basically played spoiler for that and advised that his back is fine, there is no injury, and he shut that down pretty darn quick. So that's good to know that Seth is in good shape. Unfortunately, like we were talking about just a moment ago, Jason Jordan not so much. But with Kevin Owens now in a situation where he is seemingly nursing an injury, I wonder if they're trying to push Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn for WrestleMania and just doing the kind of like the whole Jericho and KO like they did last year.
Well, I mean, it's inevitable that it's going that way. I mean, this has been the same thing they've done with anybody that's teamed with Kevin Owens. You know, it's the same Jericho angle with just Sami Zayn as Jericho.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you look at it, same exact. This is my best friend. This is my best friend. You know, nobody would ever do anything to me, and it's the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, to Brian's point earlier, I mean, Sami Zayn has been very, I think, underutilized. I think he would agree. And based off what we saw when we were at SmackDown, his work on the microphone and his work in the ring as a bad guy was so over the top. I mean, the crowd they were screaming at him, booing and hissing, the whole 9 yards. And it's one of those moments that you really can't rekindle if you lose it. So you have an opportunity with him to actually, I don't know if you could really turn Kevin Owens good, but maybe you can. Maybe out of this we get a Kevin Owens face turn as well. But it would be kind of an interesting switch.
Yeah, especially coming from, I mean, I thought their feud in NXT, was good. But then to reverse the roles, that would be interesting.
Yeah, I mean, the way has us thinking that it's going to be Kevin Owens that turns on Sami Zayn, but it's actually not a bad idea to do the opposite and have Zayn turn on him and really amp it up another notch, because what we've already seen, what we already know, is that he's very capable of doing this. And I completely agree with you. It would really be interesting to see how Kevin Owens rebounds as a good guy rather than a bad guy in a situation where basically Sami is at every twist and turn.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about Sami, but he seems to have really stepped up lately. And it's just really, really cool to watch.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just me, I'm not the biggest Sami fan, but I think he's showing quite well for himself. So
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, I think his heel turn has been a good thing for him. His benefit from it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we go from the WWE title match to the Universal title match, the triple threat between Braun Strowman, Kane, and Brock Lesnar. Wasn't really a great match, actually. It was a good brawl, but the predictability now of a Brock Lesnar match has gone, you can pretty well call everything they're going to do. It's almost the Hefner rule. I mean, think about it. Okay, so he goes through a table, he takes a choke slam, he's up for the F5, and he wins, he runs away. Great.
Yeah, it's the same thing they got with Roman Reigns. When you look at all his matches, he gets his butt whipped from pillar to post, thrown off the top of the building, blown up, and all of a sudden, Superman punch and done. And it's the same thing with Brock. I mean, hell, you have built up Braun to be this superhuman, can survive being crushed in an ambulance, can flip an 18-wheeler, and can survive being pushed in a dumpster. So it's like, but he can't beat Brock. You know?
Well, I think it's probably building up to Brock and Braun one time just by themselves. But for whatever reason, they decided to let's throw Kane in there because he needs something to do.
He's running for office.
Maybe that's what it is.
His last run's paying for his campaign.
Because at the end, didn't like Braun stare at him or something like that? When there's some stare down or
yeah, Braun
something.
was basically like, "You didn't pin me, you didn't beat me." I hate that. It's like when guys kick out right at the 3 count. They get the 3, but they kick out right after to try to make it look like they were still fighting. Like, come on, dude, you lost. It's over.
Well, that's why they had Kane in there. If you think about it. It's because now they can. That's how Brock won, saving Braun credibility. Because Kane hasn't been invincible for 20 years. When he first came in, he could beat The Undertaker single-handedly. Now, James Ellsworth could pin him.
That would be a sight to see.
You know what I mean? So that's what they're just building it up for. It's like, come on now.
I mean, there's a lot of questions as far as what their hesitation is, except for the fact that they're still heading to their planned WrestleMania match, as far as we know right now. And thus far, I've not read anything that states they're going to differ from that. I guess they could still attempt to change it because it's best for business, but we haven't seen it yet. Let's see here. So we got the Universal title match, the WWE title match, the SmackDown tag titles. Here's another one that just made me scratch my head. Benjamin and Gable lose 2 falls to 0, 2 straight falls to the Usos. So the Usos successfully retain the championship. Not sure why you would give Gable and Benjamin such a strong showing at multiple events and then kind of bury them out on pay-per-view. I don't grasp that at all.
Yeah, I mean, Benjamin and Gable have literally owned the Usos for the past several weeks on SmackDown, and it's just interesting that here it is. You expect the title to change hands, and what do you get? You get 2
day one issues.
falls.
That's what you get.
Yeah,
We're going back to the
me,
insane asylum.
Yeah, and the second one was so fast after the first one. It's like the first one, and then briefly thereafter you get the next one. There's no build up for the second one at all.
Miscued. The ref's like, do it. Wait a minute, what?
You never know.
Hey, one thing I did want to. What's that?
Wouldn't that be crazy if the ref miscued or something?
That would be actually really funny. One thing I did want to point out about the Brock match was the exchange of punches and knees to the face between Braun and Brock. Not sure if you guys read, but apparently Braun hits that knee into Brock's face, and that one connected full on. I remember us watching it quite a few times back, which is saying how hard it looked. Well, apparently when Brock took that shot and then stood up and began to wail away on Braun Strowman's face, that was all 100% shoot. And the powers that be in the back had some conversations with both parties in that situation.
Yeah, I mean, I remember reading that Braun said it was a mistake, an accident of doing that, but then he immediately receded that check he cashed.
Yeah, that's
when Brock stood up and said, "Oh, really?"
Pretty much. That was. There's a lot of guys I would not want to go toe to toe with. Brock Lesnar is not one guy I would want to give a a potato too, right? Especially right at the beginning of an anything goes matchup.
Yeah. Brock stands up. 1 potato, 2 potato.
Yeah, I mean that. Again, it was an accident. We know it was an accident, but that was such a stiff shot. So, I would expect nothing less than the receipt.
And then Braun's like, I got to take a powder for like 20 minutes.
Yeah. Well, you could look on his face too, and you knew, like, as soon as Brock got him back, it's like, okay, I should.
My bad.
Yeah. I'm gonna buy him flowers later.
Exactly. You could see on his face. It was at this moment that Braun knew he had screwed up.
Because I don't even know if he was right like the rest of the match after it happened.
I'm sorry. So sorry.
I mean, think about it though. A guy that size, a guy the size of Braun, he's probably had accidents in the past, and most people, are probably going to be like, "Oh, okay, all right, Braun, just don't do that again." Not trying to anger the dude, so they let it slide, and then here's Brock. Brock is like, nope, take this, Poof. Right in the mush.
It was one of those awkward moments.
I take your knee and I raise you 2 pump fists to the face.
Okay, George, which way did he go?
So put me in, coach. I'm ready.
That didn't hurt. It was one of those awkward moments where you knew that if it kept going, somebody was going to get hurt real bad. I was waiting for the X to get thrown up.
Yeah, that'd have been great. And then they could have said like Kane was hurt or something.
Right. They would have too. They would have never admitted that it was Braun. They would have been like, no, Kane twisted his ankle. And So we go from the Rumble. I think if we had to give it a score, a grade out of from A to F, Brian, what would you give it?
I'd probably put it C. Yeah, I like the C.
A C.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, don't get me wrong. There were parts that were better than expected, and there was a great anticipation that never came to fruition. So that's where the C's coming from.
Rob, how about you, buddy? What's your grade?
I would say a C. I mean, you had some moments in both Rumbles where you could have blown the roof off the place, and I think there were some opportunities missed. There was definitely some crowd-pleasing entrances in both Rumbles that people liked. But, I mean, for, again, no title to change hands, it's just like, I mean, what do you have to do to lose to the Usos? You got the bar. Now they've got the title again when you're constantly burying established tag teams and stuff. So it's just, that's where I have the issue.
Eddie has put in the production that he would give the Rumble event, the pay-per-view, a C. Gosh, I have to agree with this because, like Brian said, there were some moments there that built up anticipation that we were really, really high hopes for. And, just came up so short. And a lot of that really did hurt the overall view of the event. Now, I'm going to go back to the initial comment I made on Twitter, and I'm not going to dress it up or dress it down, but I'm going to say this. Yes, it made history. It was a big deal. But it could have been so much bigger. And I stand by that. I'm not dismissing the impact of the Women's Royal Rumble, but what I am saying is that you can't put so much build-up behind something and then just bury it. That's all we'll put. So we'll move into actually something a little bit more fun, something that we really enjoyed, and that was NXT TakeOver Philly, which was an awesome event that I think honestly stole the weekend. as far as
always
Royal
does.
Rumble weekend's concerned.
Yeah, always does. Yeah.
One of these days,
So,
WWE
what
is
we
going to
would-
be smart. One of these days, WWE is going to be smart, and sorry to interrupt you, Stan, but they're going to put TakeOver on Sunday and put the real show on Saturday.
I knew it. I knew you were going to say that.
I love that.
I think that's actually a pretty damn good idea, because then you set the bar a little bit low for the main roster and give them a chance to.
And Adam Cole can sit back. Adam Cole can sit back to Brock, going, "Yeah, open for me, boy."
I like that.
Well, I think it's only a matter of time before that happens. I don't think he's going to be too far away from the main roster. Same thing with Fish and O'Reilly. I think
Yeah.
it'll be pretty quick. Especially since Cole's not technically really in the title picture right now.
Right. And I mean, I did see that I did see some of the taping results. Without putting spoilers out there, I'll tell you this: it doesn't appear that it's going to change anytime soon. But I guess anything can happen. Hey, let's go ahead and take our first break of the evening. When we come back, we'll talk about NXT TakeOver Philly. We'll talk about the news that we found out about the Bullet Club. Talk about All In. We'll talk about
Rockstar Spud.
Rockstar Spud. That's right. 205 Live's announcement. We'll be right back here on Beyond Ringside's Radio Network, Corner to Corner Wrestling Radio. We'll be right back.
Howdy, friends. It's the Magic City Motor Mouth Fast Eddie Lane with your invitation to join me, Mark Mabo Bowman, and Brooks Logan Sunday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern for Beyond Ringside Live. Wrestling, mixed martial arts, sports talk, and a whole lot more. Find us on BeyondRingside.com, ProWrestlingRadio.net, and the Beyond Ringside Radio app for Amazon, Android, BlackBerry, and a whole lot more. Once again, that's Sundays, 6:30 p.m. Eastern for Beyond Ringside Live on the Beyond Ringside Radio Network and ProWrestlingRadio.net.
What's up, everybody? It's Stan Grubb for Corner to Corner Wrestling Radio and the Beyond Ringside Radio Network. Hey, join us every Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time as the triple threat of wrestling radio goes live every week, giving you their thoughts and opinions on the world of professional wrestling. Myself, Brian, and Rob, all live, all here for you. And as my good friend Rob would say, from corner to corner and pillar to post, we bring it to you every week at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. BeyondRingside.com and ProWrestlingRadio.net.
If you really want to get raw on Monday nights, tune into the Beyond Ringside Radio Network at 9:30 p.m. Eastern, 8:30 Central Time for the Midnight Black Mass Podcast. Myself, the Reverend Dan the Dragon Wilson, along with the Strong Style Psycho Tank and Andrew Alexander, bring you a truly blood-curdling experience. Uncensored, uncut, and only on the Beyond Ringside Radio Network.
The To Be Determined Show, live every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time on this very radio station, Beyond Ringside Radio Network, BeyondRingside.com, ProWrestlingRadio.net, as well as the Beyond Ringside Radio app. Join myself, the Oracle of Ominous, the Architect of Intellect, the Wicked Nemesis, and my producer extraordinaire, Fast Eddie Lane.
That'd be me over here.
My co-host, Joshua O'Hagan.
Kitty got claws. Meow.
My much better half, Angie Nemesis.
Come join the madness.
This is not safe for work. This is your warning. Parental advisory. If you have any kind of heart defects, make sure you listen because they will take effect when we go live. I promise you that. For everything outside of wrestling and a little bit of wrestling and hardcore to the bone, we are the To Be Determined Show.
Hey, welcome back, everybody, to Corner Wrestling Radio. And this just in, Rob,
Tom Brady wins the Super Bowl. Now, on to other stories.
That was well done,
so if
Rob.
you're worried,
And ladies and gentlemen, the On Ringside Radio Network has come to terms with the departure of Rob Hefner. We wish him the best in his future endeavors.
Hey, maybe
I
he'll
was
get
just
picked up by the
learning from
NFL to.
You were supposed to lead off this as Tony Schiavone.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Oh, well, in the words of Tony Schiavone, Tom Brady wins.
No reason to tune in.
No
if you're
reason to
thinking about
change
turning the channel to those other guys, Brady wins it in the last 2 minutes. Stick with us. We got a lot of great wrestling action.
I was just kidding. We have not in any way, shape, form, or fashion considered parting ways with Rob.
Too late.
We wouldn't ask Rob to part.
Rob's out the door.
We wouldn't ask Rob to part Stan's hair,
Ooh,
much less part company.
Well, Heredity's already parting his hair for him.
sideways, not long ways, sideways.
On a curb.
Y'all some hateful people. Hateful. All right, so we talked about the Royal Rumble, is what it is. We talk about something fun, something exciting, something entertaining, and we go to NXT TakeOver Philly. Woo! There were some great matches on this card. Top to bottom, it was stacked. Velveteen Dream versus Cassius Ohno. This was a surprise. Great matchup between the two, but I was not expecting the Velveteen Dream to come away the winner on this.
If I may, real quick.
Yes, sir.
So, of course, Corner to Corner does have a text string with a whole bunch of other guys, and we have fun. And I'm pretty sure it was said no spoilers, and then everything was spoiled. So I've yet to watch it, so I am out of this part of the conversation because y'all are.
Wow.
I want to say the A word so bad right now. A double hawk. No, that's not double hawk. Oh,
A double crooked letter.
there we go. A double crooked letters. Holes. That's what y'all are.
Wow.
Y'all ruined it.
Oh, and he went all country on you. You done ruined it.
Yeah, y'all done ruined it. So anyway, I'm out.
Rob,
so.
I guess it's... I don't know what to say just now. What'd you think of Velveteen Dream versus Cassius Ohno?
I feel sorry for Cassius Ohno.
Yeah, who did he piss off?
I mean, I thought it was good. The match was good. I don't see the allure in the Velveteen Dream. I just look at him and see the guy from Tough Enough. That just was like annoying. But I don't know what Cassius Ohno did, but hey, good win, and on to the next one.
If I may, I think the Velveteen Dream is a megastar in the making. I'm out again.
Well, Brian, thank you for putting that in there, buddy. I appreciate it.
Who asked
I
you?
would have to agree, Pat.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Eddie. And Eddie feels that Velveteen Dream completely outshined Cassius Ohno.
Wow. Okay. Eddie thinks that... I'm kind of shocked you said that, sir. Really?
Because I wasn't a big fan of the guy. First time I saw him, it's like, what the hell is this? Click.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you on that there, buddy. I didn't understand, actually, the matchup itself. I wasn't really... Still not quite sure as to how it got put together, but I will say this. Patrick Clark, better known now as the Velveteen Dream, has taken this gimmick and made it such a huge deal that, I mean, you can't look away from it. It's like it's what... This is good. It's what Orlando Jordan could have done in Impact, but didn't.
He didn't think he had to because he thought he didn't think he had to because he was Hulk Hogan's little buddy.
Yeah, that's true. He was milking the Hogan wagon, but that's...
Oh, no, stop
comment.
it. Both of y'all knock that off right now. I'm back in. That's inappropriate. And in this day and age, You cannot say that.
No. He said he was milking the Hogan wagon, not milking.
He
didn't say he didn't say he was milking Hogan's wagon.
Next would have come the prostate jokes. Not gonna happen. We're keeping it clean tonight.
All right, on to the next match.
And I'm out.
Tag team. Tag team
Authors
championship.
of Pain.
Authors of Pain with their rematch against the Undisputed Era. First and foremost, what a tag team title match. This is what your tag title matches are supposed to be, WWE.
Yes,
Okay,
I would agree.
I hope so because I'm out. Remember?
It is a new generation, Brian. You can be out.
Now I'm back in. Well, that's what I was getting to with the Milk and Hogan, but no.
But
now
I
it's
like
a
the Authors of Pain. I like the Undisputed Era. I thought it was a good, solid match. I can see this feud keep going. Sanity had their little run in towards the end. But yeah, it was good.
It's good.
It's good. I know. Oh, I'm out. I'm sorry.
I thought
Where'd that damn bell come from?
surprise.
Somebody got a hot pocket, don't they?
Oh,
Hot
wow.
pockets.
What are you gonna get? Hot pockets. I think that the run in with Sanity at the end was cool. I like what they're doing with the three teams, but what this really did was cement the Undisputed Era as one of the best tag teams in WWE. I mean, as if there was a doubt. When they make their main roster debut, and I think to Brian's credit, that's going to happen very soon. Man, you're going to have a hard time. Hard time making these guys look bad. You know, I mean, you're going to have to really try hard to just job them over to the Usos or something.
Well, they're jobbing everybody to the Usos.
Wow. Listen to y'all. Oh, sorry.
That's some day one-ish right there.
Yeah, because I'm out
That's from
from
the-
day one-ish.
That's from the
Brian is gonna talk about day
Uso
one-ish.
Uso Penitentiary.
Yeah, that's dumb.
Yeah.
It's dumb. You're good guys, but you're trying to be bad guys, but you're talking about the Uso Penitentiary. It's dumb.
But it was a great match.
But I tell you what's not dumb. I tell you what's not dumb.
Yeah, but you
Well,
if you
Rob
keep
just
saying it, you are.
No, you are. Ember Moon
So are you agreeing with
Ember
me?
Moon
Or are you
versus-
agreeing with him?
versus Shayna Baszler. Wow, I guess Eddie
Ember
didn't
Moon
like Shayna.
got her butt kicked.
Why is Ember Moon getting such positive attention and Shayna Baszler, who has dominated everybody she went in the ring with, and in the Performance Center with, why even go this direction? I'm still not clear on that. Can somebody maybe clue me in?
Okay, if I may, I'm back in.
Hey,
Of
welcome
course
back.
you are.
I have holded the tag rope, and I've been tagged back in.
He held it at the tag rope. Okay.
I held the tag rope, so it's a legal tag. Just throwing it out there. I just don't think. I think they want to give Ember a good run. You know what I'm saying? I think the first injury, what was it? A shoulder injury that she had against Asuka.
Yeah.
In my gut, I think that was probably going to be her night. And then I think there was another injury shortly thereafter with her. And I think they see the value in her, and they just don't want to let go of it quite so quick. So I think even though Baszler, beat her, I think they're going to hold on to Ember just a little bit longer before letting her be dethroned. All right, I'm out again. I tagged in Rob.
Rob, you're the legal man. What you got?
All right. Well, if he's going to act like that, I'm back in. No, I'm just kidding. I'm out.
Oh, fast tags. There's too many fast tags. I can't keep track.
We are a great tag team.
Tag team back in. Oh, sorry.
Oh, damn it, no.
Not if you're going to do that.
Team disbanded.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought it was a good match. I thought the problem was they did the thing to Ember Moon that they've done everything else. It's like she basically got her butt kicked all match. They worked the arm like you've never. They chain wrestled like you haven't seen chain wrestling before, and then all of a sudden, she rolls over Shayna Baszler and gets the pin. Like seriously. In all honesty, Shayna Baszler should have taken the belt, and then they could have swapped it back on an NXT taping. That's what I thought. But I'm a fan of Ember Moon. I'm a fan of Shayna Baszler. So, but I think the problem is right now, Ember Moon. You know, they sent everybody up. Who else you got besides Shayna Baszler? Right now, you know. So
well, I mean, you got Shayna Baszler, Ember Moon, Kairi Sane, the iconic duo, which is Peyton Royce and
Billy Kay.
Why do I always forget this? Thank you, Billy Kay. I was going to say, I always forget her daggone name. You've got all of these women already in there, plus you've got Candice LeRae, and apparently, Mr. Almas's manager, Zelina, I believe is how it's pronounced, is apparently going to be competing sometime soon.
Oh, that's cool.
Candice LeRae's going to whoop her butt, so sorry.
Yeah, that kind of leads us towards our next matchup. Well, no, let's wait for that one. Let's cover Aleister Black in his matchup against Adam Cole. Extreme Rules.
I don't understand how I can't see how Adam Cole had enough energy to get in the Rumble after that match.
Amen.
The shot he took over the top of those two chairs, that by itself, how he walked away from that, much less got into the Rumble, is beyond me. Adam Cole, when he gets flipped over,
You're referring
and
you're actually referring to
Adam Cole, baby!
none of y'all did that, so I figured I had to do it for
Yeah.
all three of y'all. That's what she said.
I think we were all waiting on the other to do it. Oh, see, come on. Damn.
Oh, let me go to the judges. Okay.
Are you the one with that damn bell?
Yes. Dude, how long have I been doing the sound drops and you're just
He
now...
says yes like a little kid.
No.
that got caught
I
in a cookie
noticed
jar.
it a while ago, but it was like we
No,
couldn't figure out where it was coming from.
dude, I've been doing the sound drops for months.
Oh, well, I didn't know about months.
And then all of a sudden tonight you decide to go,
Okay!
oops, wrong one.
What?
Yeah, that's it. Philly!
What were we talking about?
Adam Cole.
Baby!
There you
Good.
go. We're back
to
in
swing
business.
things.
I'm glad to
Come on, Stan. You got to get better than that.
I'm glad to see y'all did that. That way I don't have to push the button.
Adam Cole, baby!
Too late. Already
Button is
did.
so much cooler, though.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that one actually is better. I like that one.
But did you hear the crowd pop for Adam Cole?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, when he was on top, when he was at the corner, and he was hitting Aleister Black, and he goes, "This is my ring because I am," and the whole place goes, "Adam Cole, baby!" It's just, it shows you where he's destined to be. I mean, he's only in NXT right now until they can figure out what to do with him on the main roster.
Oh, I think WrestleMania. Once WrestleMania is over, if he doesn't go up at WrestleMania, he'll go up Monday or Monday or Tuesday, without a doubt.
That's an illegal tag. Nobody saw you tag in.
Hey, I'm a bad guy. All right, here. Did you hear it? See?
Couldn't hear
Tag
over and he even got the pop of the night.
See?
Wow.
Pop of the night
Good
for
job,
me.
Ryan. Way to go.
Yep. Thank you.
Good job.
I'm patting myself on the back, Barry Horowitz style right now.
Wow. Horowitz in the house. Dollar bills, y'all. I would say this. The matchup between Aleister Black and Adam Cole, really, I mean, between this match and the main event, gosh, this was a tremendous matchup. I really, really enjoy it. I like watching Aleister Black's entrance. I like watching him in the ring. What he does is very crisp. I was a little concerned, maybe a little bit about the condition of Adam Cole after taking that shot to the top of those chairs. But, I mean, the matchup was very, very solid. The matchup that I really want to get everybody involved as much as possible here is the main event, NXT Championship, Cien Andrade Almas defending the title against Johnny freaking Wrestling, Johnny Gargano. I mean, what can you say about this matchup? First off, one of the few matches that actually gets a 5-star rating from He Who Shall Not Be Named. Doesn't happen very often for a WWE matchup to get his attention. It drew people in from start to finish. I mean, it was pulling everybody's heartstrings from one direction to the next. I don't know how this matchup stands at the rest of the year, but man, this may be the match of the year for WWE.
Black Cole, match of the year candidate.
And based on the last few years, I'm pretty sure that we have put an NXT match almost at the top for the last 3 years?
Yeah.
At least 2, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So it would not surprise me if this wasn't match of the year, based on y'all. So,
I think it has. It's definitely, going right there. So I liked it. To me, it was the match of the night. To me, the main event I started feeling sorry for Johnny Gargano after a while.
I mean, how many false finishes, how many near falls can you have? I mean, and the emotion of the crowd is just elevating and elevating
Savage
and
Steamboat.
elevating every single time.
Stan?
What's that?
Go back and look at Savage Steamboat from WrestleMania 3 again, then ask that question about falsies.
I mean, it's the near falls in this one was pretty impressive.
I mean, to me, it was like
it had more falsies than a 12-year-old girls' choir.
Not going there.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know if we could really say
I'm
that.
out.
That's Ron tags out. Brian, are you there?
No.
Brian dropped on the apron, and there I am left standing. What happened?
That damn hangnail has got me again.
Thanks, Eddie. That's awkward. Yep.
But
just got said.
I mean, to me, the main event, Gargano should have gone over for the story they were building. Ciampa still could have beat him down after the match. It would have made more sense for him beating him down after the match. Because, I mean, what sense does it make that, all right, he just lost. Why are you going to come out and hit him again?
Oh, man.
So
there were so many people online that were saying that they thought that Ciampa was under the ring and that he was going to interfere and cost Gargano the match. And there were even pictures that were posted where you could see that there was a monitor under the ring that was showing the live feed. So at some point, it's possible that he was. I wonder if maybe the matchup just got so exciting and interesting for the guys both in the back
that
and
he fell asleep.
They changed. No, that they changed it and decided just to have him attack him at the end.
Yeah, but then how would he have gotten out of the ring and up the ramp?
I don't know. I mean, they've got crazy ways about them with their Hollywood techniques. I don't know, man.
Damn them Sherpas.
The Sherpas. Exactly. It's Undertaker's druids. He got them. They disguised as a cart and just wheeled him up the ramp. Pay no attention to what we're doing. There's nothing to be seen here. I mean, I don't know how they do these things. Randy Orton shows up at SmackDown, hits the freaking RKO on both Shinsuke Nakamura and Baron Corbin. I'm like, where the hell did he come from? Even though security's, filtering all over the crowd. I don't see it. I don't see it.
Yeah, but that was like right in front of you too.
I know, and that's what the saddest part about that is. Like, literally right in front of us while it's happening. I'm like, I don't know where he came from. I didn't see him.
You're ahead of me. Did they get the fumble?
What's that?
I'm sorry. Who's ahead of me on the Super Bowl? Did they actually recover the fumble?
Well, that would be a spoiler. We're not into spoilers here on Corner to Corner. Sorry.
Okay, Brian, you're out.
Hey,
tag out.
Wait a minute. You can't do that.
I'm the official.
You can't triple stamp a double stamp.
I can send you to the locker room if I want to. I'm the official.
Oh, we're not having this conversation either. Telling you point blank. I'm not going to your locker room, no matter how much you want.
Okay, you can either go to my locker room or Elton John's locker room.
Whoa, hey,
Neither.
Hey.
I'm out again.
We'd like to point out that the thoughts and opinions of Eddie Lane do not necessarily reflect that of the Corner to Corner Wrestling Radio group.
Just remember, Saturday night's all right for fighting. Especially if you want some Philadelphia freedom.
Oh, my. It's
this is getting awkward pretty quick.
Actually, the tickets went on sale Friday on the general on sale, and I did get shut out because Birmingham sold out in no time flat, and I'm depressed.
For Elton John?
Yes.
And is like his last run or something?
Yeah, the 300-date farewell tour.
The 3-year tour, yeah.
Pretty much. Thank you, Gilligan's Island.
300 dates?
Yeah.
And how old is Elton John? Seriously.
Right at 70.
God.
Still
he deserves it, though. I mean,
he's got 2 young kids at home.
Still an awesome entertainer.
What an ambitious dude, man. Wow.
Look, Sir Elton John has got to be one of the voices that has defined a millennium as far as his style and what he's done. And I didn't mean to take over the conversation. I apologize. I was just goofing around about the Elton John thing. Obviously, you've never seen the movie Kingsman: The Golden Circle.
Yes, sir. I have, sir.
If you save the world,
I have.
If you do this, you get a backstage pass.
Now we're going the wrong direction.
Oh, so you have seen Kingsman the original too, and you know the reference.
Yes, I have seen both films.
I have them both.
Stan's not a queen, and so
moving on.
Yeah, Stan does ask the question every once in a while.
Why am I here?
Top of the
couldn't see that. I can't see that guy. What's going on?
I couldn't see him either.
Damn invisible people. All right. So
TOH.
But they keep winning.
Yeah.
LOL Cena wins.
That's an LOL surprise right there.
Oh God. No, never. That never needs to be brought up here. No. No more LOL surprise garbage.
Take the top of the hour.
Yeah.
Or you want me to
tell
take
us what to do.
I think you just counted us down.
The expressions expressed by Rob Hefner are not the expressions of myself and Steve Grubb.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and take our top of the hour break. When we come back, we'll be talking about, is there trouble with the Bullet Club? Stick with us right here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Hour 2 is on. Yes, sir. We're back right here on Beyond Ringside Radio Network, beyondringside.com, and available through prowrestlingradio.net, on demand at Spreaker.com once this broadcast is finished. Good to be back here. We were talking about the main event of NXT TakeOver, talking about how awesome that matchup was. But when we left you, the question was, is there trouble in the Bullet Club? Brian, I know that you are our most devout Bullet Club fan, friend of the Bullet Club. I mean, I know you and the Young Bucks have a lot of conversations. What's your thoughts on this apparent strife between Kenny Omega and Cody Rhodes?
No comment. No, I'm just kidding. I think it'll add.
That was quick.
It'll. I've learned from the best, right? I think it's going to add a new element to being all in here later in the year. And it's quite possible that Kenny may put in a little bit more time in ROH, and maybe that's why it's done, so that Cody will have some good competition. A lot of money to be made, maybe it's just none of your darn business. How about that?
Wow.
Well,
according to Kenny Omega, according to Cody Rhodes, everything's fine.
See?
Everything is fine with the Bullet Club. Marty Scurll and Adam Page and the Young Bucks don't necessarily think so. They're all like, is it? Is everything fine?
I think everything's awesome when you're part of a team.
Everything is cool when you're part of a team.
Everything is awesome.
Damn it. Rob, what do you think about this whole thing with Cody and Kenny Omega?
I think it's work.
Damn it, Shivani.
And it's going to pay off because everybody is all in. Okay?
That's a good point.
It's going to be Kenny Omega versus Cody with special referee Stephen Amell.
Well, Stephen Amell is Bullet Club faithful.
Because you have failed this sport. No, I'm kidding. You haven't failed anybody.
Wow. That just got said. So, what do you make of Kota Ibushi making the save after Cody lays... Thank you very much. After Cody lays Kenny Omega out. After Omega losing the U.S. title to Jay White. Which, by the way, that matchup was amazing. Everything that they did well with Omega and Jericho, which was a phenomenal matchup, Jay White and Kenny Omega was just off the charts, really, really blew. And I honestly, and we've talked about it a little bit before, I'm pretty sure a couple weeks ago on this program, for me, Jay White just kind of comes out of nowhere, but damn, this is not somebody you want to look past ever again, because he knocked it out of the park.
As a connoisseur of New Japan Pro Wrestling, Jay has been doing very well for a number of years. Probably 2, maybe. Because after a while, it just kind of all runs together. But he puts on excellent matches every time he's out there. And he literally can hang with a lot of the top guys in New Japan. I'm just throwing it out there. Kenny didn't just lose to a slouch. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to make it out.
Definitely not.
I know you're not.
What?
You're not
No,
all the way
that's
club.
not what I said
You're
at
not all
all.
the way club, man. You're not all the way club. I'm getting ready to dump you. That's what
I'm all in. I'm all in.
No, maybe you. Never mind. It's a kid.
No, Stan.
Whoa. Hey.
Stan, you're tippy toes in. You're not in.
Tippy toe.
I'm all in.
You're all in.
All
like
in.
Vince's pool.
Don't you do it. You do it.
And correct me if y'all may not remember. I'm almost positive before the Cruiserweight Challenge or whatever it was, Cruiserweight Tournament the WWE had.
Right.
That Ibushi and Omega were starting to team up in a video or something. Like Ibushi had a loss and Omega came to the back and talked to him or something. I think there's video of that somewhere. So I think this is it's been in the works for a while. I don't think it's something new that is just coming out. I think Ibushi and Omega have been planned for a while.
I gotta say that the build-up for them, for Ibushi and Omega reuniting, and I had to read this tag team name a couple times to make sure I understood it. The Golden Lovers is what these two are called.
The Golden Lovers. I don't know if I want to say that, let alone get on.
See? I'm just saying. I was like,
And do you ever
right.
want to be written up as, hey, they got over on the Golden Lovers?
Yeah. I mean, what would a T-shirt say? What would a T-shirt be like? That might be a little much.
Feel the glory of the Golden Lover? No, that doesn't sound right. I can't really think of one that really is, appropriate for this program.
And to our friends in the North, I would like to say, I'm sorry. So sorry.
So, being the Elite is one of my favorite things on YouTube. The video where everything's fine, and Cody is, the guys are all backstage, and they're all trying to figure out, they keep showing clips of what happened, where Cody dumps Omega on his head. By the way, the crossroads he hits on him was just painful to watch. It looked like it killed him. So they go from that to, at the very end, there's Omega making this long walk down the hotel hallway, down to, we don't really know at first. He gets to the door, the hotel room door. He starts to knock on the door. The door opens, and as the door opens, we see Kenny and Kota Ibushi standing there at the entranceway, and the Young Bucks answering the door. So that's how the first step of this ends. And then we get to the most recent, being the Elite, where Cody decides he's going to, as a way to cheer up the guys, he's going to release an episode of Being the Elite early for them. And he's going to go traveling. He's going to go traveling with his wife, Brandy, and use the Warrior's Cry music that the Young Bucks used when they're doing their travel segments in Being the Elite. So the whole video is basically revolving about how Cody is apparently trying to cheer up the Young Bucks and Marty and Adam Page. We find out at the end of the video that Super Card of Honor is going to be highlighted by a battle between Cody Rhodes and Kenny Omega. Cody and Kenny Omega for apparently control over the Bullet Club.
See, that could be interesting. Since I guess it's technically Tonga and Fale that should, what I'm saying, should kind of be in charge since they're the longest running members.
Mm-hmm.
But, that's it could be good. Could be interesting. Could be the feud of the year. All the work.
It definitely could be. Yeah, it's a work. Thank you, Tony Schiavone. I'll never forget that word. Charlotte, every question he answers is basically, "It's a work."
Hey, he was fun to talk to though, or not talk to, but listen.
Yeah, he was very cool. And I think that we were told when he did the Q&A that he didn't do. This was his first one that he's ever done, and you could tell that he had a lot that he wanted to talk about. Like he was very engaged with the crowd, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I concur.
Yeah. Okay, then. Let's see here. So, other news that is going on in the wrestling world. Impact has a new world champion. We knew about that. Austin Aries has won the championship, but officially this week he has renamed the Impact Global Championship to the Impact World Championship. So, Impact is now utilizing the World Championship designation again. As a matter of fact, in conversations with different folks on Twitter, apparently Austin Aries has stepped in with management and started, I didn't know this was a thing, but started unblocking different wrestlers that were apparently blocked previously from being able to view Impact's accounts. Wonder what's going on with that.
It could be. Shenanigans.
One company's trash is another man's treasure, though. Austin Aries is definitely the right guy to be on top.
Well, and the fact that they can't ban too many more people.
Fair point.
I'm still a little awestruck right now by your last comment about Austin Aries being on top. It's a kid's show, Stan. Let's remember that.
Look, I think maybe you're still stuck with the Golden Lovers. That's not what I'm talking about. But I think Austin Aries being their top guy, FTR, I think he is. I think he's the right guy for the job, and I'm happy to see Impact making some positive strides. Kiera Hogan recently debuted. She's pretty well known in the Southeast. And then we've got some other folks that are going to be debuting there soon. I know that Impact is trying their hardest to make a change. Their management regime has changed over to Don Callis and Scott D'Amore. They are working to make sure that previous gimmicks are transferred over. I know Matt Hardy now owns fully the Broken gimmick, so I would imagine at some point we're going to see Broken come back into the fold for Matt Hardy instead of Woken. But one thing that has happened going from Impact now to WWE was the introduction on 205 Live of their very own general manager, which I think is a great step in the right direction. Who'd ever thought we'd be talking about it? Just like Brian said, Drake Maverick, the new GM, starting a Cruiserweight Championship tournament to be finished at WrestleMania to crown a new Cruiserweight champion. I mean, Rockstar Spud is now Drake Maverick. What do you know? What do you think?
That was uncalled for. You should apologize.
I apologize. I still don't like it.
Well, he did apologize.
I apologize to the world who have seen Rockstar Spud on WWE television.
Oh. Wow. Okay.
I mean, if they move certain people to that show, like Ricochet, and if Rey Mysterio is not a one-off and they put him on 205, I mean, that could be a good spot for him. I mean, 205 could take off pretty quick from where it is now. So, he is polished as far as, being a talker, able to talk. So, it could be the right spot for him.
I think that what we saw in DC was a turning point for that program because you saw them turn the crowd from quiet and sitting on their hands to fight forever. I mean, this is awesome chance. It was what we saw with Cedric Alexander and Mustafa Ali was a tremendous matchup, but it literally turned the crowd from bored to over the moon for 205 Live. And the following week, they have just as good competition, if not better. I was actually jealous of the matchups that they had with the debut of Drake Maverick. I mean, we've got Tyler Bate now on the 205 Live. We've got Roderick Strong coming to 205 Live.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, geez. Ricochet, who's debuted at the TV tapings for NXT, I mean, gosh, it can't be but so long before he goes to 205 Live. At least that's what we've been saying that he should be doing.
Yeah, I think he may get a little time in NXT just to kind of learn the WWE way. And then he'll go to 205. Hopefully. If not, I think it'd be kind of stupid.
Who, Ricochet?
Yeah. I think Ricochet is going to bring some very needed star power to 205.
Just imagine Ricochet, after learning how the WWE machine works, if he pulls a Cody at some point after being in the WWE machine, it's going to be like, pow.
That would be actually kind of funny. You know, if he go ahead and gets his payday, gets his money, and then goes, "Yep, I'm going back to the Indies. We're done here."
I mean, I agree with Brian. There's no reason he shouldn't be on 205 Live. I'd like to see Rey Mysterio on 205 Live.
Yeah.
Since he came back at the Rumble in an awesome shape. That's a way to bring your 205 Live back up, I think.
You know what? That's a good point, because that's one of those surprise entrants that we actually forgot about earlier in the show. But Rey Mysterio looked phenomenal when he came out. So, yeah, I completely agree that he would do really, really well for that product.
Oh, yeah. It'll be fun to see him, if he does go to 205 Live, mix it up with some of the other guys in 205.
So, one other thing that came out of this past week of WWE and all points in between, the coach returns to WWE as an announcer, replacing Booker T. Now, that by itself isn't necessarily a bad thing at all. It's actually kind of cool. Coach did good. It was kind of nice to not have to hear the commentary of Booker, since sometimes I wonder if he's even really paying attention. The thing that I noticed today was some conversation from Booker T on his most recent edition of his very own podcast, where he talks about if he sees Corey Graves outside in private, that he was going to get him and he was going to kick his ass. I mean, is this really? Really, Booker? Come on, man. I mean, I get it if you think he's the reason you got quote-unquote fired, even though you're on a Legends contract and all. But you going to put that out there for public consumption? That's what you're going to do? I mean, okay, buddy. Go ahead, Booker, man.
That's interesting. Don't do it, man.
I just don't understand why he would think that that's a good idea, you know? I get it. You can be upset. You know, it makes sense to me. Oh, man, he's the reason I'm not on there anymore. I get that. And even just saying that, to me, is a little bit over the top. But after that point, it's like, come on. You know, at some point, you got to, stop with the silliness and kind of be professional. And you'd think a guy like Booker, who many different wrestlers and wrestling students consider to be one of the most professional out there. So maybe a moment of heated emotion for Booker T.
It's possible. It does happen, especially on social media, that sometimes you say things you shouldn't. So maybe that's all this is.
Do you think we see any other repercussion from it?
No. I mean, look at what you got. You got your tag team champion is suspected of DUI, but you let him keep the strap. And so you're going to get mad at Booker T for voicing frustrations, And who didn't see a change coming with, what in the world is that? Jonathan Coachman coming back,
Yeah, I mean, I think with Coach coming back, with what we had already been seeing and hearing with Booker T on commentary, I mean, the guy, and I don't know if that's what they told him to do or not, but when he bolts from the commentary desk and basically shoves Michael Cole down in front of Braun Strowman just to get away, I was like, gosh, man. I can hear Tony Schiavone saying it, somewhere out there that that's a work, but geez, this wasn't a good look. And then, again, this is one of those moments where I think maybe his frustration is misplaced. He could have actually, honestly, I think he could have vented to Vince in the back and probably gotten the decision changed. But that's just my personal opinion. I'm not really saying it's exactly how that goes, but I bet you he could have had it changed.
Maybe it's for the best.
Could be. I mean, it's one of those one of those slippery slopes. I mean, we're not trying to necessarily pile on, but at the same time, it's news and it's happening, so we got to mention it and kind of keep it going, keep it moving. So the next thing we know is, kind of getting back towards the Bullet Club, the All-In pay-per-view, the All-In event, seems to be getting solidified even more. September 1st, the Bullet Club that we know right at this moment is going to be presenting their event called All In. At least that's what I think it's going to be called for now. And, we've got a lot of different wrestlers that are confirming for it. Even Matt Sexel says that he's all in.
I'm all in,
Corner's
too.
all in.
Yeah, corner's in.
We're all in.
All in.
All in.
2/3 are all in. The other one is tiptoed in.
Wow. Why would I tiptoe?
Because you're a tulip.
You can't commit. You have commitment issues.
Oh, wow. I mean,
That's below that. I mean, that's a cheap shot right there. You apologize for that, good sir.
That's below the belt. I mean, that's kind of like, damn. I mean, I will say this. Had you married who I married, you'd have commitment issues, too.
I wasn't even talking about that.
Well, what were you talking about? Because that's pretty much what you were doing. Oh, damaged goods. Anyway.
Yes, you are.
Ring of Honor did announce today that they're announcing a Honor Club, which gives you live streaming and video on-demand access. Essentially, it's their very own Ring of Honor network, a streaming service. Pretty cool. And this is going to be giving you 50% off of the discount of all their major pay-per-views when you buy them digitally. However, if you do an annual membership for them, you get all their pay-per-views for free. Gives you complete access to their television archive and all of their video on demand in their vault. And I can tell you that's going to be pretty extensive. Pricing for this, you can pay $9.99. Or if you do their VIP membership for just $119.99, you get all of access to Ring of Honor television and pay-per-views.
How much?
For the year is $119.99.
Too rich for my blood.
I mean, it's basically $10 a month.
Well, that's now that you put it that way. But New Japan $9. What's the WWE $10? Well, I don't know. Yep. I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, I'd like to, but there's so many. Why can't we just get it all at one place?
I can remember so many times for the years people talking about, starting a quote-unquote wrestling channel on cable. And it was going to be all wrestling all the time. And it never came to fruition because they could never get to agree on all the different programs and such. Although I did read a report recently that WCW Saturday Night and all of Coliseum Video's old stuff from like the 80s is going to be on the network by April.
Well, that would be cool with the Coliseum stuff. That's some really old.
And WCW Thunder, for all you Thunder fans out there.
Thunder.
I wonder if they could get the rights to Thunder in Paradise.
Something tells me they probably have a stake in it. Because didn't they help Hogan with that crap?
Hey, Hulkster, we're not going to bring you back, but here's what we'll do. Just for you, we're going to air episodes of Thunder in Paradise every night.
Suburban Commando.
You're a dead man, Ripley. That was the one and only time I saw The Undertaker in any kind of movie or TV role.
Get out of here, was he?
Yeah, he plays one of the henchmen that goes after Hulk Hogan's character Ripley in Suburban Commando, and he's chasing Hogan, and they're on some kind of a I don't want to say a plane. I think that's from Hot Shots, but anyway, Undertaker gets crotched. So the only line he has is "You're a dead man, Ripley." So it was Actually, it was a funny moment, but I don't know if I don't know if that's going to put butts in seats. You know what I'm saying? Jeez,
Priceless.
Undertaker. Who'd he ever beat? Just kidding. So, with all that being said, all of these amazing, crazy things happening in the wrestling world, I mean, I got to tell you, there's a lot of things happening all at once with the injury bug that's happening in WWE. More and more people getting hurt. We know that Paige is pretty well confirmed to be retired at this time. Mark Henry confirmed to be retired. Sheamus has admitted to being fighting off the injury of the neck, but apparently continues to push forward. I mean, with all of these different things happening, what would you say? I mean, what's next? What could possibly be next?
Who could be next? Well, I mean, you still got Kevin Owens with, I guess, a nagging little injury, so it's hard to say. Them things happen. And nobody gets hit by the bug more than the WWE, so.
It's because the WWE's out there in front of everybody more than the other places, And, years ago it used to be they would do the high spots on the main shows and pay-per-views and stuff. Now they do it all the time. Mm-hmm. They'll do the high spots at the house shows and and live events and all this stuff. So it's like, it's only a matter of time till you're going to get hurt. But WWE is deep with talent. If they just dig deep enough, they have great talent they could use and put in right places. So, I mean, think about it. Look at the mystery switcheroo when it comes to the mix matched challenge. Because now
He said it.
Goldust isn't with Alicia Fox anymore.
That's right. Alicia Fox is. She broke her tailbone, is the report. They do not know when she's coming back, if she's coming back.
She broke her coccyx. I think it's the correct term for it. Coccyx.
Gluteus maximus.
Oh, that.
No, I think Brian's right. I think it actually is the coccyx.
That's right.
How many times can we say coccyx before it starts getting weird?
Apparently 5 or 6 is where we're at right now.
Boy, those coccyx injuries, those really get detrimental to your health, you know what I'm saying?
Well, when it becomes the coccyx of situations.
Hear that stupid little bell. Ding, ding.
It could be a coccyx of the situation that we know about never mind.
It's no funny no more. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the moment's passed.
Sorry, Rob. Look, Rob doesn't even want to talk to us anymore.
So
screw you guys.
February 17th is fast coming up, Brian.
Yes.
You have an opportunity.
An opportunity.
What not many people get a chance to do. You get a chance to meet the 4 Horsemen. I mean, tell the fans how excited you are for this.
I'm not bot. You can't tell me what to do. You're not the boss of me.
Please tell the fans, please.
It's the WWE Hall of Fame version.
Mm-hmm.
So it would be Flair, Arn, Tully, Barry, and JJ. And they're going to be at Maryland Championship Wrestling for a night of Horsemen. I forget the exact title for the show, but
Horseman Reunion.
It's going to be
show.
fun. What?
The Horseman Reunion.
Yeah, well, you got that, and then you got the AWE next week, and I think one is slightly different. I forget. Anyway, so I have tickets. We're going. It'll be fun. I've met a couple of them before, but this time I'll get to meet Flair, which will be really exciting for me, being a long-time Flair fan. So there. I'm not buying into these shenanigans, Stan. You can't just make me talk about stuff. You know?
I mean, you already did, but okay.
Oh, and so I did. Barry was a TV champ, and I'm debating should I have Barry sign the TV title?
Do it. You got to do it, Brian.
I know I have so many on that thing already.
How many opportunities are you going to get for this?
Now, that is true. That is true. I did order a picture of just Barry and JJ from the NWA thing, the Legends. But I have yet to get it, so I may have to resort to the belt. What?
Well, they have a picture for you, right? If you don't have one.
Yeah, but I would imagine it's probably a picture of like all 4 of them or 5 of them. So, I don't want to get the picture and then be like, well, you can't have them sign this. You know what I'm saying? Since the one I only need the 3 signatures on. So I may just do the belt though.
I mean, there's I can't say I'd blame you if you got the belt signed. I think I agree that's one of those once in a lifetime opportunities, or if you decide to go to AWE too, twice in a lifetime.
Oh yeah, it won't be going to AWE, because that would bring the total signatures, of TV champs on that title to probably about 11 or 12. I think. Man,
that's pretty cool.
So yeah, all former television champs.
If I may.
Yes. Edward, you have the floor.
The event that they are referring to is courtesy of MCW, formerly known as Maryland Championship Wrestling. The event will be held at the MCW Arena, 1000 Joppa Farm Road in Joppa, Maryland, also known as one of your favorite addresses of all time, even if you don't know where it is yet. Doors are going to open at 4 o'clock p.m. Bell time for the main card is set for 7:30 p.m. Check out MCW Pro Wrestling, their official website, and also we'll have the full rundown for the lineup this coming Thursday night as MCW's general manager, who also just happens to be my tag team partner on the Shooters Gallery, Phil Stamper, will have all the up-to-date information.
That's what I'm talking about. What?
I will tell you this.
You can't get no better than that.
Making their debut in MCW Pro for the Tag Team Championship, taking on the Cartel, the Carnies are headed to Maryland Championship Wrestling.
Nick Iggy and Kerry Awful. Don't know if Trip Cassidy's going to make the ride up there with them.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what.
That'll be fun to see him again.
Money. Put the belts on them, it's money.
And since we're in shameless plug mode, do you mind if I throw one out there?
No, sir. Sure. Go right ahead.
Wrestling fans in the southeastern U.S. as well as up and down the mid-Atlantic, I would like to let you know, this coming Saturday night, February the 10th, in Ottawa. I do pronounce the L. Sorry about that if I mess it up, folks, in eastern Tennessee. In Ottawa, Tennessee, just outside of Chattanooga, the Scenic City Rumble will take place. Live at Ottawa High School, 6123 Mountain View Road. The Beyond Ringside family of shows, once again, will be very well represented at the Scenic City live event. We had Scott Hensley from Scenic City on with us a little bit earlier in the evening, and we covered some of the matches that were going to be taking place. Jaden Newman with Ike Cross taking on The Approved, a match that's going to steal the night, Drew Adler and AC Mack. Good friends of the family, Cabana Mandan and King Bailey Blake going one-on-one. Match that the three of you will probably pop for. Matt Lynch, one half of the Lynch Mob, taking on the People's Captain Gunnar Miller.
Ooh.
Yeah, nice. That's going to be awesome.
Yeah. Originally, it was supposed to be Joey Lynch one-on-one with Joey Mercury.
Ooh.
But unfortunately, Joey Lynch is injured right now. I believe it's an MCL. So,
yeah, he's still recovering from that.
Stepping in to take on Joey Mercury in an Indie Dream match. The man who was voted best technical wrestler in the state of Georgia 3 consecutive years, Joey Mercury, has to face off against the technical wrestling nightmare Kyle Matthews.
Hey, Eddie, if I could for a second, let me just point out, Joey Mercury today on Twitter was asked about why he was, if he is quote-unquote so good, why was he let go by WWE? I want to give a real honest shout-out to a guy that showed some real serious personal strength in his response, because he openly and honestly stated he was released because he was having some substance abuse issues, that it was the company that sent him to rehab and got him clean, and that's why he was released, and he's happy that, and he's proud to have worked for that company. I tell you what, that's the best way possible to shut down a Twitter troll, and damn proud of Joey Mercury for being so straight up and honest.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's a lot of reasons people get let go from companies, and I just don't think it's really anybody's business, especially if the guy betters himself. You know, we should look at his body of work now as opposed to, being dirty little trolls.
Well, you got to remember, in this day and age, everybody wants to take their own little shots, because whether they feel like a lot of, okay, I'm sorry, but I got to do this. You have some people who are so unhappy in their own existence that the only way that they can feel like they get a little bit of sunshine on their non-existent posterior is to try to drag down somebody else or start ish with somebody else. And for Joey Mercury to respond the way that he did, first off, I don't just tip my hat, I doff my hat, sir. Congratulations. Well played. Good form, Peter Pan. Now, also, real quick, speaking of Joey Mercury will be hosting a seminar at Ooltewah High School, 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock. Check out Scenic City Wrestling's Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for all the information. The seminar, and guys, if you're day one in pro wrestling, still training, or first match, all the way up to a 10-year, 20-year. If you're licensed to carry your fanny pack, everybody talks about sitting under the learning tree. Mercury, remember, he made it to the WWE. He stayed there for quite a while, and he's also been agenting for them before the release. So lo and behold, let's put this in play. You got somebody who's been to that big stage that you have a chance to learn from. Seminar is only $25, lasts 3 hours. There's 9 spots left. So check it out. I'm done.
Hey, and from the files of the weird, this weekend on Twitter, I did just happen to notice there was a rumor, I can't believe this, that Lex Luger had died. Did you guys happen to see this?
His hair?
No, I did not see that.
Didn't see it.
So thankfully, Lex Luger saw this, because somebody actually tweeted to him, "Hey Lex, I can't believe I actually have to ask you this, but are you alive?" I can't make this stuff up, guys. Somebody actually tweets this out. And thankfully he responded saying, "Goodness, yes, I'm okay. I'm alive." Score one for the living, and geez, stop with the death hoaxes. Holy crap. How many times does Jackie Chan apparently die every year? I swear on Twitter that you can be reincarnated and die all over again in blink of an eye.
Didn't he just do a press junket for a new movie that he has coming out?
Who, Jackie Chan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, hey, if he's dead, he has a really good-looking and mobile corpse.
Hey,
it's just like Macaulay Culkin. I mean, Macaulay Culkin's got to the point where he just keeps putting out things going, "Hey, I'm still here."
Actually, Macaulay Culkin's alive?
Yeah.
No kidding. I thought he was.
Wow.
I seriously,
Stop it, Eddie.
No, I'm
#,
serious.
fake news.
And what I think about is,
I'm running for president.
I think he's dating Michael Jackson's kid.
That's a scary thought.
Yeah, that's actually going down a path I don't want to follow.
Philly. Oh, wait a minute. It's Michael Jackson's kid. Thrilla. Okay.
Oh,
hey,
God.
Did you see where AWE is going to be announcing their next show?
Yes, I did.
Oh, wait. Back back to truck real quick.
Yes, sir.
Speaking of next shows, February 17th, MCW, I believe they're going to announce a show so grand, so large in a couple of months that it's going to have big, sexy Kevin Nash. And isn't it who is it, Stan? What's his name?
It's the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn freaking Michaels.
The
Yes, sir.
showstopper.
You bet your ass I will be in line ready to meet Shawn Michaels.
Then you must have missed his appearance with MCW back early in 2017 because he's already been there once.
I did, because I didn't have the money to go.
Understand the concept. That's why I'm not going to be there on the 17th. I mean, and actually, I got round trip.
Bet your bottom dollar I'll be there.
If I would have been able to, if I had the money on hand when I checked the ticket price, I could have actually gotten round trip out of Atlanta to Maryland and round trip Atlanta to Maryland and back. That's what's called a round trip when you go both ways. Thank you. And it would have only been like 100.
Whoa, he goes both ways. He said,
only in an airplane. So if you can afford my airfare.
Wow.
Whoa. I didn't say no. That's that.
Hey, Stan, he's saying he puts out for airfare.
Oh, God. And it's awkward again.
Okay.
That's fantastic. All right, so taking the conversation back to Shawn Michaels, I will have to say that I'm not the biggest Shawn Michaels fan, but I think even I will make that trip on that particular night to meet Shawn Michaels. Because he doesn't come around to the East Coast all that often.
Mm-mm.
So he is, to me, a big enough star that it wouldn't hurt to go.
If I have to beg, borrow, and steal outside of the Joppa Arena, the MCW Arena.
All right, so
do
you
it.
heard it. Stan will trick for tickets to Shawn Michaels. That dirty little
exactly
trick.
That's not exactly what I said, but
That is exactly what you
That is what
insinuated.
you said. Yes, it is.
I said beg, borrow, and steal. None of that included. See, you guys, you always got to take it.
All kinds of things
Always
are on
gotta
sale
take
at
it
the
there.
flea market.
It costs an arm and a leg. Oh, crap.
Stan's going to do the do for tickets.
And as soon as he gets paid, Stan is singing.
Giggity, 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 giggity. Ooh, ee, ooh, ah, ah, ting, tang, walla, walla, bing, bang. Ooh, ee, ooh, ah, ah, ting, tang, walla, walla, bing, bang.
Oh, my God.
I think it's safe to say that Stan will be taking the dive on that night.
Boy, that escalated quickly.
I love Lamp. Sorry.
You love Lamp. You nasty. You're so nasty.
I like turtles.
Wow.
I like turtles.
You ain't never seen that? Oh, that was some funny stuff. That is some funny stuff.
To which, as I called out O'Hagan and Wick Wednesday on the To Be Determined show, I was forced to ask the question.
I don't know who writes this garbage.
Yeah.
You know damn well that neither one of them sit down and plan it. That would require them. No, I'm not going to do it. Not going to do it.
Not gonna do it.
Not going to do it.
I think Hunter was in the production meetings long after Sean left.
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
And unfortunately, the tickets have gone up in price.
We have reached yet another ending of
And now the end is
the time is
near.
come. Yeah, exactly. The dulcet tones of Brian Taylor singing us out.
Stan will put out 4 tickets.
Wait a minute.
It
No,
will
wait, that's
happen
not.
in the parking lot in Joppa. If
Oh,
not
that's
before, in the flea market.
This just
in.
Damn it.
Stan Grub
What's that?
We'll do anything to see Shawn Michaels.
to see Shawn Showstopper.
Is this my
Oh, see.
Stan really wants to feel Shawn's sweet chin music.
Is this my cue to vomit?
Stan wants to go big sexy on the Showstopper.
What music will be going off of Stan's chin because of Shawn Michaels?
Wait. Hold on, Brian, Rob. You know, even if he did consider that notion, Stan has to remember.
Talent is not sexually transmitted.
Oh, shut up, AJ. Nobody asked you. Don't you have a washed-up UFC fighter to go tend to?
Hey, don't talk about AJ.
Looking for Shawn's Diesel.
God. And ladies and gentlemen, you know that this would have been brought up one way or the other. Whether it was me starting this conversation or Rob and Brian just force-feeding it in there, it was going to happen.
You can never have enough nerds, freaks, and weirdos.
This has been great fun.
All right, Rob,
come on, Stan. You got
to close out, Brian.
You got to have a good comeback, Stan. Come on, let's hear it. Come on.
Stan never has a good comeback.
Stan's comeback is shut up, guys.
Screw you guys, I'm leaving.
This ain't funny.
Wait.
Sean's gonna know who I am when we're done. I swear.
Wait a minute, Stan. Say exactly what you said. Stan, say exactly what you said one more time.
I said, "Screw you guys, I'm leaving."
Allow me to quote from the book of the cowboy James Storm.
So you had all day long to sit back there and think of a promo, and that's the only crap you could come up with?
Damn it. I hate you, Storm. Bane of my existence. All right, Rob. Where can they find you on social media?
Anywhere they want. Oh.
Moving on.
Wow.
Eddie, where can they find you on social media?
Well, let's see. Short version. At Beyond Ringside on Twitter, Facebook.com/Beyond Ringside Live. And, of course, don't forget BeyondRingside.com, ProWrestlingRadio.net. We are also available in so many other ways. And I just found out Thursday. Thank you, Phil Stamper. Really. Thank you, Phil Stamper, for passing along or actually helping me figure out that you can listen to the station courtesy of Alexa. Now, it's not through a traditional skill setting. However, if you tell Alexa to play Beyond Ringside Sports Radio, it will actually patch you into our channel on the TuneIn Radio mobile app. So now you can listen to the station directly through Alexa. I'm done.
Alexa, play Corner to Corner.
Stan, you have to have an Alexa to do that.
Oh, yeah, that explains a lot. Brian, where do they find you on social media? Nobody cares. Anyway, they can find me on Stanford.
Do it.
On
Do
Twitter.
it. Say it.
What?
Say it.
Nope.
Say
Make me. No. Yes. P21 on the Twitter. Better known as Professor Dickweed. Ding.
He gave himself his own ding.
Well, if he could do that, he wouldn't need a girlfriend.
Do what you got to do.
If he could do that, he wouldn't see Shawn Michaels.
Don't worry, Stan. I'll be there with you.
Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that.
I'll be there. When Stan gets another restraining order, this time from Shawn.
Well, at least he'll have his autograph.
Do you think he'll let me sing Sexy Boy? No.
No.
Listen, something tells me there's going to be a video footage of you shortly after this of just literally locking right up in front of Shawn Michaels.
You know what?
Like, and I'll be like, Stan, talk to him.
No.
I'm not gonna
I love you. And then he's going to take off running with no autograph.
No, it's going to be.
It's going to be one of those moments.
How do you like me to make this out to you, Stan? I'm your sexy boy.
And then
Oh my God.
Then he'll run right into a pole or something and knock himself out. It'll be the funniest thing in the world.
And boom goes the
Get the hell out of my
dynamite.
mind right now.
He's going to get the autograph, turn around, run outside, and then he's going to hit a pole, and then somebody else is going to take his autograph.
He's going to be, this is exactly how I dreamed it would be.
And pass out right there. Thud.
Bud. You'll be known as the Dream Boy.
We'll be over at the flea market area. He'll put it down for some reason. Some dude will pick it up and buy it. Here. Thanks.
Hey, in Joppa, anything can happen. I'm just telling you, it's creepy up there.
In Joppa.
And with that, you can catch the show at C2C Radio Show on Twitter, Corner to Corner on Instagram, and Corner to Corner Show on Facebook, cornercornerwrestling.com, and corner2cornerradio@gmail.com. And with that, we will catch up with you next week.
I'm at Rob Hefner, C2C on the Twitter, and Rob Hefner on Facebook, since Stan is a jerk.
I mean,
you can't take my bit. That's my bit. You get your own.
I was just saying my thing because Stan didn't give me a chance to.
Oh, I'm sorry, Rob. That was very...
You tried to make fun of me. It serves you right.
They always make fun of you. That's half the fun of the show.
He's trying to control
Stop
us.
helping.
Oh,
that's right. I'm trying to count him down. It's a new job with the FCC.
I mean, when it comes...
The FCC won't let me be... Oh.
Good one.
Yeah, that's a little Eminem.
No kidding. I thought it was Marshall Mathers.
Hey. You don't say that to me. Sometimes you gotta lay down the law.
Oh, jeez. Sheriff Taylor is Sheriff Brian. Yeah! And with that, let's get the hell out of here. Have a great night, everybody. We'll see you next week.
She said.
Shall we do it the other way?
She didn't say that. She did not say that.
Fine. Do it the other way, Eddie. Damn it.
For Rob.
Bye.
For Brian.
Bye. Wait. Let me do it sexier. Bye. How that
For Stan.
Bye.
Yeah.
My name's Stan. I'll see Sean in a couple months. Woohoo!
This is Fast Eddie Lane saying, this is Don Pardo saying, good night, everyone.
Cut. That's a wrap.